Welcome everybody to another episode of the TalkingWithHeroes.com talk show program. I am Bob Calvert, your host. We're back here, day 2 of the 2015 R4Alliance.org National Conference. I've been watching the previous videos. You know, we're talking to the membership, the organizations, the nonprofits, the organizations involved with recreational therapy. And I'm here with David Folkerts. He's with Project Healing Waters. Hi, David.
Oh, how you doing?
Welcome back. We talked before on the air.
Yes, we have.
So why don't you tell people a little bit about yourself, maybe what led up to you being in Project Healing Waters, and then a little bit about the organization.
Sure. Well, I was in the Army, originally National Guard, joined ROTC, went active duty as an engineer officer, deployed to Iraq in 2005. I was wounded by an IED, got sent back through launch duel, then back to Walter Reed. Did my recovery there. Had pretty severe damage to my left arm, artery and nerve damage. Spent 3 years as an outpatient there at Walter Reed. During my time there, I was introduced to a program called Project Healing Waters Fly Fishing. That's where it originated, was there at Walter Reed. I was one of the first participants in the program there. Basically, they use fly fishing, fly tying, and everything associated with the sport of fly fishing as a means of physical and emotional rehabilitation. My particular story, when I was there, I'd never fly fished before in my life. I grew up in Nebraska. It was a very foreign concept to me, but it's something that people kept encouraging me to try it. I tried it, fell in love, and it did a lot of good with me in my recovery.
Yeah, and this Project Healing Waters, you have chapters almost all across the country now, right?
Absolutely. So, like I said, we started at Walter Reed there. Retired Navy Captain Ned Nicholson was our founder, and the hospital staff realized that what we were doing was having a very positive effect on the wounded and disabled vets, and they were like, hey, we got to make this big, we got to spread this and share this. So that's kind of where the concept and where the 501c3 nonprofit really started, was from there. And then we expanded into the VA system, we expanded into other military hospitals, wherever there is wounded disabled military service members and wounded, disabled veterans. So like we said, we've expanded to, since we started, we have developed 200 programs across the nation. We cover all 50 states, and we partner with Trout Unlimited Fishing Clubs, Federation of Fly Fisher Fishing Clubs, and independent clubs. They provide the volunteer base, and then Project Healing Waters, a nonprofit, provides administrative support and the funding to execute those programs, where those clubs will go to a VA facility, military facility, like I said, wherever the wounded disabled vets are at, and they're meeting with them most of them are meeting on a weekly basis, teaching them the fly tying, fly fishing 101, and rod building, everything fly fishing related. And it creates, we don't advertise it as it, but it kind of creates a peer-to-peer support group for the vets. And then we also do fly fishing outings, day trips, overnight trips, and then at the national level, I help organize what we call our national destination trips, where we'll send the vets who've been in the program for a while, we'll send them to places like Alaska, Montana, and places like that.
Wow.
And fly fishing and just being out in nature has, all kinds of therapeutic aspects, and it truly is a healing experience for the guys and gals that are involved in our program.
Talk about the impact of being part of R4 Alliance and being here at the conference too.
Well, Project Healing Waters is very excited to be part of the R4 Alliance. We're excited that the direction the R4 is going in supporting the nonprofits that are in membership. And it's a great way for us to connect with other nonprofits who are like-minded, share best practices, and to basically come together and help provide a better product for the service members and family members of wounded disabled veterans.
Okay. Talk about how people can find you, like on the website address, social media, and then I guess once again your website, they can just look for area they live in, right?
Yeah, well, we're at www.projecthealingwaters.org. You go to the website and we'll have basically a directory of programs. You can go and look on there for contacting local program. Or there's contact the admin email, which I answer, and I'll link them up with who they need to be linked up with. We're also on Facebook, so just Project Healing Waters. Search us up on Facebook. We got a really good presence there. We're on Twitter. Our handle's @PHWFF. And we're also on Instagram. I I think the same handle is at PHWFF.
Great. So before we finish, would you like to give a shout out to our men and women who are still serving around the world? Just look at the camera.
Absolutely. Thank you for those who are still serving. Very proud to have been a part of that community, and I just want to thank you for all the men and women who are still serving our country and doing good things for us.
Great. Well, it's great to finally meet you in person. Thank
Absolutely.
you for your service and for continuing to serve.
You bet.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Well, folks, we've been talking to Dave Folkerts with ProjectHealingWaters.org, and we'll be back with another episode from the R4 Alliance National Conference.